Hello, I'm the Greek Geek because I'm 50% Greek and 100% a geek. I can say right off the bat that this movie is pretty darn okay. It's an okay, enjoyable movie. And essentially what that means is this is a video game adaptation. So by that standard, this is a fantastic movie by that standard.
I'm Sonic, a little ball of super energy in an extremely handsome package. On my planet, people were always after my powers, so I came to yours.
A redesigned anthropomorphic Hedgehog is on the run from the government and befriends Cyclops from the X-Men movies and must try and escape from 1990s Jim Carrey.
Why are you hiding out in my garage?
They're coming for me! If they steal my power, they could conquer the universe. You have to help me.
No, I don't. Please, it's life or death.
So the voice for Sonic the Hedgehog is Ben Schwartz. That's an interesting last name. I wonder how the casting went down for casting him for Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's see, who am I gonna cast as the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog?
Use the Schwartz, Lone Star! Use the Schwartz!
Ben Schwartz. Genius. Thank you, Yogurt. So the voice acting for Sonic I thought was just pretty decent. I'd say overall the acting is pretty decent, but this is a kid's movie. I don't really think anyone's really giving their biggest A game. Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik is the main reason why I wanted to watch this movie. I wanted to see Jim Carrey do the kind of roles that he used to do, the over-the-top, cartoonish kind of villain character. It was a pleasure to see him doing that kind of role again. His performance didn't disappoint me and I was thoroughly entertained whenever he was on screen.
I just thought you might like a latte with steamed Austrian goat milk. Of course I want a latte. I love the way you make them!
And James Marsden is Tom Wachowski. He's a good, likable character. I enjoyed his character. He has some good quips every now and again, says some funny stuff. Is a very, very, very likable character. I enjoyed his character. Antika Sumter plays Maddie Wachowski, which is Tom's wife. I liked her character as well. Whenever the two characters were on screen, I liked the chemistry between the two, the way they bounced off each other and made jokes at each other, and that was very enjoyable. And Lee Majube is Stone, which is the henchman of Robotnik. He's his yes man, the guy that's always next to him, carrying out his orders and doing everything he says, essentially. There's some good banter between him and Robotnik where, like, Robotnik is constantly just saying how stupid he is and putting him down and all that, as villains do, and I enjoyed that dynamic between the two.
This is my power, and I'm using it to protect my friends.
I enjoyed the action in this movie. They used Sonic's speed to pretty good effect. There were a few scenes where obviously took a lot of inspiration from the X-Men movies where Quicksilver would move so fast at times seemed to move very slow. They did that a couple of times in this movie. Nowhere near as awesome, but it was pretty cool for the most part. It was fun to see Sonic's powers in this movie. I liked seeing him use his super speed and I liked seeing him use his attacks like his spin attack. That was fun to see.
I always want to do this. Nailed it! Uh-oh. Let's go! Here comes the boom!
They really made the right decision with redesigning Sonic. I think everybody can agree with that. This movie, I think, would have gotten a much more negative rating if Sonic looked the way that he did before. It was good of them to completely redesign Sonic and push back the release date in order to do it properly. So I really like that they did that. And in saying that, the redesign is a lot better, but I don't think the CGI could have been the best it could have been. I realized that they had to go back and basically redesign Sonic for the whole movie, essentially, from what I've heard. But there were quite a few scenes where I'm just like, the CGI is not that great, but I can give them a pass for that, for going back and giving that effort to make him look more like his video game counterpart. And the rest of the CGI in the movie is pretty darn good. I was actually quite impressed with how Robotnik's drones and all his machines were designed and how they look and how almost seamlessly they integrated with the real life world. That looked really good and I wasn't expecting that. I was quite impressed with the CGI, the rest of the CGI in this movie.
Oh, this one is cute. Let's keep him. Oh, come on! You've got car insurance, right?
So this doesn't follow any kind of Sonic story that I'm aware of, but then again, I haven't played a Sonic game since 1996. So it's been a long time. I think this is an original story that they made specifically for this movie, and I think that was the best route to go instead of trying to adapt some other of these other weird stories and the older games especially that don't really have a main story. They made the right call with this, and they made a pretty good movie from it. This is definitely the right kind of movie to go take your family to go see. The kids will enjoy this movie, I guarantee that. There were kids in the cinema with us, they were laughing, they were having a good time. It's a good time for the family. Also, if you're a Sonic fan, I feel there's a lot to enjoy from this movie as well. And even for casual moviegoers, just something to watch. It's a fun movie, you can just turn your brain off and just have a fun time with it. So, those were my thoughts on Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie. Thank you again for listening to me ramble on about a movie for a few minutes. I really do appreciate it. Thank you again, and I'll catch you next time.